Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda, hero like defender of the fatherland, off it to 2v2 on Pachino, Farmlands. North it is Flokl and Bambone, fighting here for the German army, Deutschland. Setting forth here with the 26th Panzer Division in southeast it is Demolition Hammer and Qhunter fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth here with the 7th Armoured Division, the Desert Rats. And we got here Qhunter popping straight into the Aussies with an actual Australian section as well there. No battle groups yet up for any of the other three players. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support of the Propagandacast. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking on my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. So we got Vickers, we got sections there, we got half-tracks, bikes, and infantry there out of the German side, rushing for that southern fuel point, ignoring the northern fuel point, and so there's a paltry 5 fuel per minute compared to the much more, you know, sexy 10 fuel per minute. Sabba's closing forward here, trying to make use of the terrain he's getting to the building before the Germans, make use of the many hedges and whatnot to dodge German fire, and they do get in there. Flokl just not seeing that one coming. Panzer Grenadier Bambone, having had all his vehicles out, he does go for some infantry. Southeast, Qhunter is very slowly advancing at a wide number of angles, if anything. As compared to the South, Demolition Hammer is a bit more focused here. Grant Parney's quickly one off here. Sapper's just sort of waiting for anyone else to arrive. So, when's the rest of the army coming? Section of the Grenadiers, Vickers engaging the Pioneers. He's trying to, but the hedges is proving to be a bit of a foul theme there that obfuscates British Vickers machine fire here. Grenadiers trouble the section. More sections away there for Demolition Hammer. Qhunter with another Australian section. Sappers here close being caught by the Panzer Grenadier. More Grenadiers have also been sent in by Flokl. And we could see a Grenadier squad here go down if Flokl isn't careful. Vickers actually got pushed back there, but the flanking Pioneer squad worked up a Flokl, 3rd Grenadier squad here. Very common again for a Veteran player to go heavy on the Grenadiers and not too heavy on the MD42, so fine. Accidentally vaulting into the Sappers is perhaps not where you want to be vaulting. More Panzer Grenadiers at the 4. Bambone, who is focusing more on the centre north, with limited resistance again due to the fact that just Qhunter took a much more slow approach here. Of course, that is about to change, and of course, Qhunter here currently has no significant, way of dealing with that. Except just, get a lot of shots through there, the armour. Which is working out for him, in part due to the Vickers more than anything. Exposing the rear to the Australians will also help the Australians get some damage in here. I mean, good actually see Bambone here lose his 250 half-track, and of course, even worse, lose the Panzer Pioneer. But yeah, he just pops out there. Smart move there. It is worth pointing out that when it comes to units and half-tracks and, transports, basically, once the half-track vehicle blows up and they're in it, there's going to be, like, any number of men that can die from. You can suffer a full squad wipe. It's a bit random. Further south, Vickers moving forwards. Section singing as well. There we go. Officers' quarters up there for Flokl. Vickers ending up. Section there being routed. We got the section command post here for Mr. Qhunter. Got a total of 3 Australian sections out, so he's committing hard to the Australians. Definitely will be up them with the Scopely Enfields. They can become extra nasty, particularly once they get some veterancy going. But they do have some benefits there. Never mind, they also get extra bonuses in a sense on top of the ones here, which is very important to keep in mind. But anyways, Grenadiers versus section of Sappers. Sappers are about to get knocked out. Close call here, but he does manage to retreat before the Grenadiers take out. Grenades being chucked at the section. Vickers nowhere need to be seen supporting the men here. Great for Flokl's Grenadiers. Narrowly winning the engagement here, but certainly a bit rough. Meanwhile, in the centre, Qhunter keeps pushing up there. But also now, he's actually having much greater success now he pushed off that 250 half-track and got a lot of infantry going. He's in particular left Bambone in there, a bit more awkward. And there you go. Of course, targeting there with the marksman shot ability there. Takes out the Panzer Pioneer and secures the flame for a really just heavy loss here from Bambone. Massive tactical victory there for Qhunter. Really huge. Like, again, his opening might have been slow, but clearly doesn't mean he doesn't hit hard. That was really painful there. We got Demolition Hammer there with not Italian, but Indian artillery. That leaves just Bambone and Flokl to pick a battle group. Of course, the longer this goes on, the more likely it's going to be Bambone. It's going to go for armored support. There could be battlefield espionage. So Flokl, Mechanized. I mean, they're all kind of likely, though. I would say Mechanized feels a bit more likely the breakthrough, and UKF also feels a bit more likely the more it goes on. But we'll see. Up north here, bikes straight into the Vickers. In the south here, German forces are slowly surrounding the British here. It's Demolition Hammers sort of getting circled around here. Not too ideal there, and Demolition Hammer compared to Qhunter isn't quite enjoying as smooth a series of successes, in large part because he doesn't have Australians with him. There we go, got some Australians running off there. And we got a bike here roaming about, looking to cause a bit of hurry there behind lines.
We have vehicles available in reserve.
Back here at the base for the Allies, we do have the platoon command post up for Demolition Hammer. Up for Qhunter already. Could see some Humbers here out enough soon enough. Or Stewards, Actra there for Bambone. Clearly looking to turn to the heavy armored car there to turn the tide. He's also bringing more Panzer Pioneer. And a Pack 40 for Flokl, and the MG42 funding brought in. Certainly feels more common again. If some players do give MG42s, it tends to be later into the game, once they've had more an actual front line. Sappers how to work though, the minesweepers. Remembering to put them away and get a Sten gun out. Yep, Flokl there with a Mechanized, leaving just Bambone without a battle group. Armored support, but Stuart's there being unlocked here for the Demolition Hammer, and got Qhunter even briefly considering going for Stuart Light Tank himself, but you know, finds himself being restrained here by, you know, a thought that perhaps he shouldn't go for the Stuart, no matter how much his heart wants it. Got those Panzer guns. Oh, we could see another wipe here. If his extra unlucky, and the marked target ability is really good, as you might have noticed. And almost out the wipe. The Stuart Light Tank there for Demolition Hammer. Qhunter, meanwhile, probably regretting he didn't go for it, as one of his Australian sections get absolutely pulverized there by the Archdot. We did it, Friedrich! We shot down retreating Australians! Haha! It feels a bit bad. Don't worry, Jürgen. The Australians would do us the same. Just as much if allowed. Really? Ah. You can never trust an Australian. That's what my grandfather always used to say. Further south here, Vickers and... Oh, not Vickers, MG40 back 40 moving in there. Still light tank almost done here for Mr. Demolition Hammer. And we do get armored support for Bambone. Again, not much of a surprise. They may not have some of the big flashy stuff that some of the other battle groups do. It's just, you know, broadly alright. It's just flexible as in a very way. It just fits the deck quite well. And of course, there's a really ludicrously good anti-tank loiter, which also plays a significant role. So yeah, Flokl there with Mechanized into the Vespa. Not much of a surprise again, Vespas have become notably more popular after the buff. And we got here's Qhunter replacing the lost Australian section with a more regular section. Less Australianness going about there. British forces there pushing northwards. Vickers, Sappers and a 2-pounder gun here just in case the gents pull off anything funny. In the south, Stuart moving forwards here, but becoming a pretty easy target here for German guns. And we'll need to repair it here. Worth noting he's gone for the tank commander upgrade, which definitely adds a good boost to the Stuart, since it helps units around it fight better and can mark targets. It's a really good upgrade, to be honest. Emo looks like here Bambone as well, looking to threaten the flank of the Stuart here. Qhunter and Demolition Hammer kind of at the moment a bit too spread out perhaps, so this allows the Germans to focus on one play at a time here with a bit of brutal efficiency. Panzer Grenadiers there for Flokl, no Vespa yet. Second Stuart there for Demolition Hammer. And we got a Bren gun there, one of the sections there, though he doesn't have a lot of infantry at the moment.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
Got there Bambone continuing his aggressive patrolling against the Allies. Fresh German push in the centre sees the Allied line somewhat part ways here. We've got just Bambone constantly aggressively playing his light vehicles, looking to, you know, utilise whatever tactical advantage he gets out of this for as long as it lasts, which is definitely, I think, very sensible. Second Stuart has arrived, the M3A1 Stuart. They're going after the Arctide here, shots fire, missing both of them. There we go, not so many misses here. Panzer Exalt planning some carrying fire here, Stuart's doing what they can. Panzer is moving in, could be a mistake if a demolition hammer doesn't get out of this soon enough. Racing 40, grenade off. Damage engine, 250 half-track down. No ability to pop smoke yet, now he can do it. Pop the smoke, Nigel! The smoke, Nigel!
Commandant, we have command points available to us.
And still loses it, unfortunately. Bit of a close call there. Had he been a bit faster, I think, to withdraw, he could have avoided the anti-tank grenade, but in this case, he didn't allow the Germans to get the Stuart, in which case a 250 half-track for Stuart is a pretty decent trade for the Germans. Demolition hammer following up here with some Gurkhas, bringing some more elite infantry than the regular infantry sections. Germans looking much more firmly in control now than they did a few minutes ago. And there go Gurkhas with the command Stuart, then support, charging in grenadiers, caught in a pretty bad position there. Particularly the Gurkhas, of course, had the munitions to get upgraded. I do imagine Demolition Hammer's not going to go for the Thompsons, but focus on the Brand Gun. Up north, the German forces also further severing British supply lines. A bit more rough here for the Tommies. Got their straight move for the Panzer main commando out of Bambone, clearly feeling quite confident with the state of affairs as is. You can blame him. I would also not be surprised to see Flokl then go for the Panzer Company, but we do have the Vespa out here. Mounting 105mm howitzer on the Panzer II chassis. Mines exploding the Australians' feet there. And there, go directly on the vacancy by the Vespa. Almost getting it wiped, in fact.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
Vespa there's already doing some good work there for Flokl and the German army. Up north, the German forces continuing their steady advance. Allied response is a bit all over the place here, lacking any, I think, coherent focus. In fact, in this case, Qhunter, it's because you're just rushing ahead. They're up the tech tree going for the Matilda II here. I mean, that's definitely not a bad choice considering what the Germans otherwise have. They're going to be struggling with anything to do with the Matilda there.
A fuel point is being taken from us.
With only, well, a few Panzerjägers and a Pack 40 to like significantly try and stop it. That's pretty good for the Matilda II.
Territory overrun.
Fresh fighting around the centre though. Further south, British forces there left a bit on their own. Fairly risky with only 3 men left and also half health. Great way there to get a unit wiped if the opponent is feeling extra devious and cheeky. Up north here, bike spotted by the Stuart light tank, quickly put a stop to there. The Stuart light tank is also one of those funny things that it sort of represents a very interesting thing that happened during the Second World War, which is, I think it's like literally the only tank where they actually updated the design to incorporate sloped armor, because the early model here does not have sloped armor, but the late model, the M5A1, actually had sloped armor. I just find that to be fairly interesting. There you go, Matilda II on the scene there with its 2-pounder gun. And Panther 3 is there for Bambone, Flokl with a resource cache and internet of its munitions. British forces though do need to get something done about these victory points. The Germans are steadily bleeding them out here.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
It's going to be tough to explain to old Monty how they ended up running out of victory points at this rate.
The victory point is being taken from us.
Arctide moving in. North Heat, bike charging in there. Vickers prime camouflage while the Panther is almost done.
Victory point
Number
at
69, Percussive grenade here. And there you go, Arctide still at it. Almost had the Panzer Pioneer. Very close call there for Qhunter and Bambone. What a trick point there being set up here by Flokl on the cache. The interesting choice.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
I'm not entirely sure why I do that.
We have lost control of a victory point.
I mean, it does cut down some of the treat time, obviously, and all that, but it still seems a bit odd. But oh well, Panther 3 going at it here. Swinging into the northern British flank, which is certainly one wide open. And certainly also, the northern half of the map is also much more suited for like aggressive tank tactics. In the center, them artillery moving in, continuing to pressure German lines. There we go, good shot on the Arctard. If he has grenades here, this could actually result in the Arctard going down, but yeah, I don't think Qhunter has researched grenades. He has not. In fact, neither British player has researched grenades whatsoever.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
Flokl aiming for buildable Panthers, but certainly has no Panzer company which to build them with at the time being. That demolition having the cheaper reinforcements, but Qhunter meanwhile hasn't really done much more with this battle group. And I'm guessing Qhunter's just going to churn out a few more Matildas. Could also try and eventually go for grants here, but nice barrage there. A bit of effort in Matilda there. The Allies have somewhat managed to stabilize the situation and turn it in their favor again. And there you go. It is a Crusader tank here for demolition hammers finally take up, and Qhunter does in fact begin pulling for the grants. And you forward to this section. Of course, by the time the British army had arrived in Italy, they were pretty much already using Sherman tanks. Front side of the tank. Arctarding southwards. And there goes Stuart. They're trying to force up machine hit from the orphanage. Crusader tanks almost done here. Qhunter not steadily there, getting closer to the M3 Grant medium tank. Brokers moving up there with the Bren gun and the Lee Enfield rifles. Arctard, of course, continue to prove to be an absolute pain in the posterior for the British forces. And they're Vesper, they almost scored 2 wipes. Wow. Honestly, seems a bit preposterous, honestly, for demolition him to keep bunching up his units when he knows there's a Vesper about. Like, at this point, the Vesper's been out for a while, then it's been doing damage to him, so him to just still bunch up his forces like that is, quite frankly, a bit bonkers. And there you go, Panther being swarmed, command, 10 moving in. Could mark targets here, by the way. Really powerful ability in the Stuart command tank. Fortunately, for Bambone, it seems like Demolition Hammer isn't a big fan of it. What marked the target? What's next? Nigel the target? That's not what marking it means. Oh. Really? Yes. Oh no. Yes. Anyways, foot guards on the way there for Qhunter, and we also got grants on the way. They've been prepared for demolition hammers. The first one is rolling out here for Qhunter. Still flooding quite a few command points there. And Bambone there. Panther 3 Supremacist goes for another Panther 3 Panzer Company almost done for Flokl. We'll be able to go for a Panther. And certainly with increasing number of grants, Panthers may be a really good choice. Also the Matilda 2. Withdrawing the Crusader tank. I mean, why use Crusaders and use grants? Obviously, because you get a lot of Crusaders that fast and swarm them, but I imagine Demolition Hammer is not too big at just those kind of tactics. There you go, M3 Grant out for Qhunter. The M3 Grant is a British version of the M3 Lee. Largely basically boils down to the turret, which the British asked for a bigger one with a radio in it, basically, which will result in a bigger turret, and also result in them needing less crew for the tank. The American M3 Lee has a 7-man crew, whereas the M3 Grant has a 6-man. Fun fact there. Anyways, Panther there, but Grant's inaugural ride, he immediately hits a significant problem as it hits a mine. And now here, Bambone charging with his Panther 3s. Matilda's blocking the way here alongside the foot guards. Surprised they didn't pop into the building here, by the way, to just fire at the Panther 3s from a really good angle. Honestly, a bit of an odd choice. A missed opportunity, I think, there by Qhunter. Not a big game-losing moment, I think, but you know. Very good building to just fire bazookas with. I mean, he can sort of cover from every angle, basically. And the foot guards will be well covered from the side of it. Best I can imagine, he just doesn't want to scare them off, I guess. Somehow bait them into something, but the question is, what is he going to bait them into? Very good question. Big old gun bomb in the south here. Demolition Hammer continues his battle here against Flokl here. Air shots unleashed. Grant moving in. British forces push the way ahead here. As the German defenders put up a ferocious fight here. Panther, of course, having arrived, but it's quickly finding all of its support kind of going missing. Oh, and this is a big problem actually for Flokl, is the Pak 40 being seized by the British. And could really turn out for the Panther or any other arm for that matter. Up north, fighting continues here for the town centre, and a bit more up here for the northern half of the map.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
There you go, though. Quick response by Flokl sees the Pak 40 being hammered by the Vespernied veterans too, actually. That's fairly impressive. Thumbs up to that. Continued fighting here across many points. Outside up north, there probably should be put out a commission as fast as possible there to help, well, Qhunter do a lot more up north. It's a really, of course, good investment here for Bambone. Now go ground striking at above guns, landing perfect hits here on the heavy armored car. And manufacturers put it out of commission soon enough. Like, there we go, one more shot and that thing's going to go down. If that shot hit, that is. Very lucky there, though, for Bambone that the ground proceeds to miss right when it really needs to hit. Continue to build up in the Allied bases. And there we go. Bambone unleashing the Luftwaffe against a single isolated Grant. He's taking no chances. He wants this Britische Panzer kaputt. 2 panic on the scene here, but it's just not enough to save the day. Ends up with 1 Grant absolutely on fire. Flokl going for Starsturm. Thumbs up. 249 versus 216. Center remains German for now. We got some Panzer grenadiers. I mean, Flokl is incredibly short on infantry at the moment, and we got ambulances like being set up with Demolition Hammer plus another Grant. Of course, it could have gone like for a 17-pounder gun, but I imagine that required too many resources for what he's would like to do, which is just go for more Grants, I imagine.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Got Matilda hanging back. Big push here by Qhunter. Most of the infantry being sent northwards to deal with the German scourge. Even as Demolition Hammer second Grant is ready. We got another Grant for Qhunter. Both players in fact are just losing their Grants. Almost got the Panzer Grenadier.
Anti-tank infantry have been killed at the front line.
And the Panzer is finally expired.
We're losing grasp of a victory point.
238 was the 316. Up north here, British forces once more advancing. Of course, one thing considered for Qhunter, considering especially all the munitions, is laying down some mines. Like, you know, a few mines here, a few mines here. Could do a lot there to sort of deal with any German advances. Might also help catch the Arctics. So that's actually a noteworthy oversight. They need more Bambone. Armoured reserves on the way there, likely planning for Tiger. As for Flokl, guessing more Panthers once he gets there. But for now, his forces are bleeding. And did he actually lose a Starstorm already? I think he did. That way cancel them either way. Not exactly ideal these then operating with just 1 infantry squad. In the south here, Panther goes in hot. Still no marked target out of the steward.
We have Tiger heavy tanks available to us.
Pack 40 joining in. And there you go, Pack White by the Vesper. And there you go. M3 Grant down, almost at the Panther again. Imagining where to use mark. Oh, there we go. Got the Panther with the steward. We did it, Nigel. We did it. And I didn't have to roger the target either. It's mark the target. Mark the target. All right. In the center, Panther has been met by the Vickers. Grants and Matilda's pushing towards the center here. 192 is a 316. Catching the German Panzer Grenadiers in a flurry of high explosives, sending them scattering towards the base there. as they absolutely have no way of stopping this impending tidal wave of British steel. Another Panther there for Flokl. Though he probably should try and support his Panther a bit better next time around.
We shall hold reinforcements until instructed
In the south, the British advance here is encountering minor difficulties with an MD-42. But again, Flokl just owing to the lack of support for his various units, just is the risk of losing it pretty quickly if he's not careful. Somehow managed to actually pull through despite everything. And in the center, British assault on the German base here, possibly underway. At least pushing the Germans back towards it as far as possible. 167 to 316. The gap continues to grow here. And we even got a howitzer at a demolition hammer. The big one. And another ground on the way there. We also got the poaching charge. That's actually why I went for it. To help deal with the loiters. Thumbs up to that. Meanwhile, Bambone has brought in the Tiger as well here. A lot of heavy armor here for the 26th Panzer Division. Thrown to the Allies. And of course, a lot of medium armor as well. There you go, German armor assault in the center. Oh, we do even have some infantry up, so thumbs up for that at least. 160 to 315. Because machine guns being crewed here as the British are quickly looking to rebuild here, even as the German armored fist is racing through the lines.
We have 5. Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Panzer Grenadiers, the Bren sections. The Bren Gurkhas to be specific.
Have captured the victory point.
Listen, that would be rather painful here for Flokl. But up north of the assault goes here in. Breaking through, in fact, again, the Allies are a bit less coordinated. The Germans focus here on Qhunter north and his armored forces. Thumbs up. Panthers, Panther 3s, and a Tiger tank here. Rather mixed and motley armored formation out of the Germans. The point you'd almost expect to see it on the eastern front. And there you go. Right down, even just the Matilda here to fend off against all this German steel. Panther backs off. Got one Panther 3 here. But Matilda's down alongside the ground here. Massive blow there to Qhunter. And we get demolition hammer desperately rushing his grunt, but at this point already realizing it is too late for him to help. There's nothing he can do. But Gast at least moving in here. Ambushing the Tiger tank with the bazookas. And we got some British artillery to further try and mess with the German ability to reinforce the Tiger. Best but they're spotted by British troops, but the troops lacking any significant way to harm it have to kind of just watch as it drives away. 150 to 292. The Allies really have a good victory point over the Germans, but in other ways, they are seeing some bigger issues than in particular changed casualties. Grant here going for that ace machine crew there. A lot of damage inflicted by the two guns, but we got the Panther on the flank here, striking at the Grant with contemptuous ease. Another shot there as well. Almost got the Grant there. Almost got it, but he's been baited into the Pack 40 here. Surprised we haven't seen any grenade research here, I think, from the Demolition Hammer. Oh, did actually have them. And there you go. Got the Grant at the cost of the Panther. Not exactly a good trade-off there for Flokl. Not a good trade-off by any measure. Got an archer out here for Qhunter. But Bambone at this point is pretty much doing most of the work. His Akhtar in particular is just an absolute menace. Obviously the Tigers as well. Another Panther Flokl. No real infantry, just one Panther at a time. More grants for Demolition Hammer, who's also trying to keep his tanks in one piece. And a Vickers here in the church. A bit risky there with the Vesper about there. Panther 3 hanging back, then reserve. Ooh, section right there. Stinging blow there to Qhunter. And now Demolition's Hammer's Vickers is about to feel a real Demolition Hammer in the form of the Tiger tank's 88mm gun. Fresh Panther out there for Flokl. Let's see how far this one goes compared to the other two. Gone to this action in the center. The Panzer gun is just being fed into the machine, but there you go, Vesper to the rescue, though. We also got the British Howitzer joining in the fun as well for the center.
We're losing grasp of a munitions point.
Panther Winters is the Tiger. Another Grant here for Qhunter. Another direct hit on the church.
The enemy have claimed our sector.
There you go, Archer as well. They got Panther, we got the Target team there focusing down, and we got a lot as well who catching most of the British stuff. Of course, we do have the Pulsing truck theoretically nearby. Almost got it. Archer down, Archer down. Aircraft being shot down, but it may not matter. British positions being overrun here. That's the Panther and the Tiger and the Panther slicing through the British lines here. Almost got the Pulsing truck as well, leaving just the Archer left here with the new Archer out from Qhunter.
No communication from our Panzer 3.
Panzer 3 down. Want to pop smoke there. Go.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
Sturmpanzer out of Flokl. He's lost his Panzer Grenadiers. We've got Foot Guards out here for Demolition Hammer. It feels like the British have very much lost a lot of the spirit here. They took some massive losses from that engagement. They lost so many critical units here. In particular, Demolition Hammer is looking much worse for wear after that. Almost going a wipe there, but Fortune smiles upon Demolition Hammer there kindly. Some poor bastard got sent flying there. $141 to 270. Tiger tank though waiting the British forces. With a jaded glee there as the Foot Guards advance into its line of fire and Betchy to their achieved. Foot Guards almost wiped out. Further south descending on the southern victory point as well descending. And we got a Panther for the assault grenades out here for Bambone. Thumbs up to that. Sturmpanzer moving in. Foot Guards lost their feet. Let's just put it like that. Wiped. And that leaves just Demolition Hammer with two sections. Qhunter doesn't have much better either. He's got the Archer and a bit of infantry, but the losses for the British are just catastrophic. To the point, I'm a bit surprised to still keep fighting this. I mean, they're just beating the German guns at this point without truly, I think, achieving anything meaningful. Part again is just, again, the way they just heavily focus on the center, making it much easier for the Germans to coordinate defense. Because at this point, they're being fairly predictable about what they're doing. And once you start becoming predictable, you really further narrow your chances of winning. In particular, if you're behind and like have a smaller force, you really need to somehow like catch your opponents off guard, to like achieve anything meaningful. And the problem is they're just being the exact opposite of that. They're just being very predictable. Of course, further makes it easier for the German commanders to, nail down what the British are doing, and then, absolutely finish it off. South side section here, heroically trying to storm the southern victory point. It's only met with an MG-42 with predictable results. And we got the best here, silencing the British infirmary there. 141 was on 83. Another Panther hit for Flokl. Honestly, I think Starstorm are doing more good, or Panzer Grenadiers, just some infantry, basically.
We're losing grasp of a victory point.
141 was on 65. Allies still added, but wow, we even got a second Archer now out here for Qhunter. Looks like he withdrew the Grant just to call it another Archer. And obviously good versus the armor. Everything is sort of like, line up the guns. Which isn't, I think, going to be that easy either due to all the German infantry moving about. At least the infantry out of Bambone's Flokl, of course, has none. None at all. Ooh, nice flank here by Demolition Hammer. Thumbs up. $140 20. Gap is growing now in favor of the Germans.
We have command points awaiting assignment.
Like at this point, I would be very surprised if the Allies won this. I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but statistically speaking, or statistically, but generally speaking, I'd say I'm really struggling to imagine how they're going to get it back from this position, considering their tactics are just not changing. They're effectively just doing the same thing over and over again, hoping that somehow it's going to yield like a different result. Good guy charging forward. Tiger tank being engaged with the 2 archer tanks with the 17-pounder gun slamming into the side of it. Panther sent upon the ground. T gonna knock it out. And down it goes. Turret sent into the atmosphere. Tiger tank going in. We got a lot as well here. And there you go. GG. Game over. A loss here for the British. A victory for Deutschland. A brutal back-and-forth battle. The Allies definitely had the advantage at some point, but I feel I kind of squandered it. I think tactically, trying to outmaneuver the opponents quite well. And they also lacked coordination. Most of the Germans were quite good at times exploiting that lack of coordination. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another Sunday episode. Bye, everyone.